I have some good news. If you are a Tesla stock investor, you will want to watch at least the first 3 minutes of this, even if you have already seen this before. We know that Tesla earned 8 times as much profit per vehicle as Toyota. You can see Tesla's profits going up as Toyota's relatively going down in this chart. Think about what is Toyota really known for. Toyota is known for the most reliable vehicles in the world. The second is not even, really close. But also, these most reliable vehicles, it would appear, will reliably drive Toyota straight into bankruptcy. Toyota is really committed to not get involved in EVs. In fact, they worked with Tesla about a decade ago, and they concluded back then there wasn't much to learn. And their reliable commitment when it comes to making unreliable EVs continues. This took months to solve. Toyota is blaming increased material costs, but of course, everyone is facing those increased material costs. And this is where I haven't seen anyone really mention this. I'm sure someone probably figured it out. But what amazes me personally is, you see, 8 times more profit than Toyota. What is Toyota's market cap? It's about $200 billion US, roughly. Tesla's market cap is 3 times more. Now, as you might notice, 8 times more profit, the number 8 is more than 3. And let's not forget that Toyota has a ridiculous amount of debt, while Tesla basically has 0 and over $20 billion of cash. We'll get into Volkswagen next time. Oh, and there is much to get into. And this is then Toyota delivers about 10 million vehicles. Tesla delivers not even 1.5 million vehicles per year yet. And already we are seeing these ridiculous differences. And also when Tesla sells a car, so far, because Tesla is so new and all of their cars are so new, Tesla is not really making any money from parts. One thing though that I want to say to all Tesla stock investors, it's really funny to look at Toyota back in 2014 when Toyota, concluded back then there wasn't much to learn from Tesla. Tesla, when it comes to EVs, Tesla is becoming the establishment. So we want to watch out for competition. We don't want to just, write them off. I am looking out for who is going to be competing against Tesla, and clearly not Toyota. If you know that EVs, if that is the future, why wouldn't you want to focus on EVs mostly? Well, I know why. It's because you don't think it's the future, maybe. And Tesla is doing many other things that other automakers could have started doing a long time ago. Sandy Munro has been talking about this forever before Tesla started implementing the GigaPress casting machines. This is not something that was like, oh my God, we have never heard of this. Sandy has been talking about it for so long. And also, how come, if you understand that it's better to sell the cars directly to the consumer, why are you still using dealerships? Why? Statements like this, like furthermore, charging infrastructure remains insufficient and further technological advances are needed. Further technological advances are needed. My Tesla works just fine. I don't think it needs to be any more advanced to work just fine. It's just fine. You know what I would want to do? I would really want to take a picture of myself in front of my Tesla, especially the Model X that's supposed to be coming really soon, and send that picture with a Kodak to Toyota and say, I don't use chargers outside really, and many people don't need to either. And I would also like to let Toyota know that, for most people, actually, if they are saying this in regions that are heavily reliant on fossil fuels, EVs are not the best solution to cutting carbon dioxide emissions. Now, where do most people live? Do most people live in rural areas, or do most people live in cities? Cities. Most people live in cities. And you can charge at home or at your parking, wherever you park. In many cases, if you live in a house, at least, easily. And this right here, most people buy an electric vehicle because it actually saves money. Not because it's better for the environment, although that is a nice benefit to know. But you just look at the numbers and you will realize why all of those companies that rent cars, they're like, buying Tesla Model 3s is cheaper than buying gasoline cars. So this statement right here, this is just pandering. This is not, I don't think they really care much about this. They just want to look good. And economically, when it comes to business, it makes sense to start transitioning to EVs, and yet they are reliably committed to bankruptcy. Now, I really prefer for Toyota to not go bankrupt, but then you are not doing the right thing or what you should be doing, the outcome is quite easy to predict. There is some hope for Toyota. A top Toyota official said at an earnings briefing on November 1st that the automaker is exploring other options for mass-producing EVs, while another betrayed a sense of urgency, saying we cannot lose out in EVs. If you read the transcript of Elon meeting with Twitter employees, Elon said this multiple times during the meeting, that he wants everyone to have a sense of urgency that you could compare to that of a maniac. Now that's a sense of urgency that Toyota needs, which they do not have, unfortunately. Of course, I'm being a little bit silly when talking about Toyota going bankrupt, but am I? Is it really silly? When they change their behavior, then I'll stop making fun of them. These are 48 reasons why I only own Tesla stock in my stock portfolio. My name is Matt Posius, coming to you from Vancouver City, Canada. I'll see you later. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet and like the video. Thank you so much.